Hey guys, David Fine here from Keys Moths. Guys, I'm donating a whole bunch of moths to the McGuire Center for Lepidoptera Research. This is part two. Guys, I showed you box one in the previous video. This is gonna be box number two. This is permitted moth research that I've been doing down in the Florida Keys for the last, I don't know, since 2002. Long time, more than 20 years. Guys, I hope you enjoy this because even though these are all little brown moths, there's some actual gems in here. And my goal is I'm just going to share with you guys what I'm finding down the Keys and what we're going to donate to them. And, you know, scientists take this stuff and they study it and they do DNA and all kinds of cool stuff. And they come up with good research on that. So that's the importance of doing this work, is to not just keep a collection for myself, but to give these specimens to people that can study them further. And so let me show you what we got. The first thing I'm going to do is just make sure we snap a good picture of this box. And this is box number two. Now, I'm donating a bunch of these guys. This is actually a fairly common moth that's very highly variable in the Florida Keys. And they've got like an oblonged forewing and a dark hindwing. Now, the forewing can have all kinds of different patterns on it. Let me see. What are we calling that there? That is Magusa divariata. Did I say that right? Probably not. Let's see. Magusa divaricata. That looks more accurate. But I got like 8 of those that are going to the museum. Actually, no, 9, 10 of them. Okay. Now, this guy right here, guys, this is like a tiny little moth. And I only found a few of them, but dude, this thing here is like a little miniature black witch. And it's got to be closely related to the black witch. This one's called Toxinprucha. Doesn't even have a species name. So that's a really tropical moth, and it's tiny, less than an inch wingspan there. And I found a few of them. Actually, that whole row is Toxinprucha. Actually, several of them there. And they're going to the museum, so people can take a look. All right, that's this one here is an army worm of some sort, a Spodoptera species. Okay. Now, some of these may not be the best specimens, but this one's what is this? Coccina cinctipalpus. Coccina cinctipalpus. That's actually a nice specimen. Nice and fresh. Still got some of the different colors on the forewings. You know, they lose those pretty quickly when they start flying around for a day or two, like that guy. But, you know, a lot of this stuff winds up in bucket light traps, guys. So, you know, they're not the best specimens, a lot of them, but they're still good for science. All right, now, this is Mocus. I think it's diversens. Let me see what I have labeled there. Is it? Yeah. Disseverans. Mocus disseverans. I'm trying to remember these without looking. I said diversens. Anyway, they're grass feeders, and Mocus have, you know, there's some very common ones throughout North America, but, you know, that one's from the Keys. Pretty cool. Now, this guy is in the similar family to the Mocus. Menbuta pyraliformis. And it's not a pyralid. I don't know why they call it that. But that's a pretty cool little Noctuid that we only found in the Keys. Now, this guy right here, that's a rare moth right there, guys. I'm going to get you the name on that one too. Carteris lineata. All right, so this one here, I think in all my time in the Keys, guys, we only ever found 3 of these, I believe. So that's a rare moth right there, guys. This is not the freshest specimen, but it's whole, and you can actually see the patterning on the wings, which is pretty cool. So that's a rare moth. It's a tropical thing. I've seen them in Costa Rica and El Salvador, and now 3 times in the Florida Keys. So this one was taken in 2009 in the month of May. Now this guy here, let's see. I'm calling him Cacapoda progenus. This is, I think, the only specimen of this species that I ever saw in the Florida Keys. So not easy bugs to find some of this stuff, right? Now, up here, I do have a number of Piactes that I'm giving away here. And these could be Acutangula. They could be Asper. My dog is barking, sorry. They could be Piactes nana. Paco! Quiet. Yeah. Oh, there's an Arctiid. He's pretty common. These guys here are pretty cool. They are called Dipterygia ligata. And they are actually pretty rare. Don't only find a few of them. You can see how cryptic they are and how brown their wings are, and they're very difficult to get fresh specimens of. So I'm kind of proud of these because they're nice and fresh, and we're giving them to the museum. These guys here are actually pretty common in the Florida Keys, and they are going to be called Columena filifera. And these can actually be quite common, but I've only ever seen them in the Keys, and yeah, they're pretty cool bug. Now this guy I haven't seen much of. His name is Fufena tura. It's a really reddish Noctuid, which is pretty cool. It's like a brick red coloration, and they are pretty nice. Now, these guys right here, there's 4 of them, and these guys right here are not easy to find, and I'm not even kidding you. I only found these a couple of times, and so let me see if I can get a name for you there. These guys are called Specropia trichroma, and it's a Noctuid species, and I've only found them a few times in the Florida Keys, but these are some nice specimens that I'm donating to the McGuire Center so that they can have them and science can do their thing. Now, this guy, I've only ever seen a couple of them. This one's missing a hind wing, but we're still going to go ahead and give it, and we're calling it Macrochilla orchiferalis. Not 100% sure on the identification on that one, but we'll let somebody smarter than me determine that. Now, these guys are actually fairly common. These guys are called Enarta florida. Yeah, and they're fairly common. It's pretty Noctuid. We find them fairly regularly in the Keys at lights. And then we've got a few guys. Those are pretty common guys. Now this one here, wasn't sure what this was for quite a while. Okay, Hormoschista latipalpus. Yeah, you wonder why people can't remember names of bugs like that. That's why. Let's see, what else do I have in here to show you? All right, these guys here, I know this one. These ones are Epidromia. Wait, are these Penosa or Rotundata? I believe these are rotundata. Yeah. Panosa has like a cream colored band on the bottom of the forewing. And so they're extremely common. Both species are very common in the Florida Keys. So guys, that's about it. I've showed you this whole box. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for my dog barking there. It was a little disruptive. But we're looking forward to seeing what some of the guys at the McGuire Center determine out of this box, see if there's anything interesting for them. Like, subscribe, and share. This is all in the name of science, guys. We're donating these things for science. This is not from my personal collection. But there's a lot more where that comes from. We've gone through 2 out of the 8 boxes of this year's donation. So join us next time. If you're interested in this content, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, share. You know, we're going through this stuff because we're documenting it and it's fun, and I really enjoy it. So take care, guys. Let's get out there and enjoy South Florida. Bye now.